Well, racing returns to Meydan for another Friday night program, and this one is headlined by the Lord Glitters Handicap. It always seems to be a thrilling race, and we kick off the first race for the purebred Arabians at 1:30 p.m. UK time. This one, the Azizi Mina. I've gone 13, 8, 2, 12 here in the first. Not a big opinion on the purebred Arabian race this Friday. Uptown walked the line for me. I think that is the form line. Jamra SB didn't unfortunately back that form up the following start last weekend at Elaine, but was caught 6 or 7 deep, and the wide draw brought Jamra SB undone. I'm still willing to respect the Meydan form. I thought the performance of Uptown Walk the Line was good enough to be coming here and winning this, and I think the step out in trip is only going to aid this horse's chances. 8, 2 and 12 my dangers. That is Thea for Richard Mullen and Masaba El Maheri. The 2 in Jalab, who was recently a great performer as well. He's off the rating of 100. And the 12 I'll throw in there as well in Haydaya for Tiger Shea, Elise Jean and Athbar Racing. Uptown Walk the Line, race 1. Race 2 is the Azizi Venice. It's over the 1600 metres. Our first thoroughbred contest set to go at 2:05 p.m. UK time. Numbers here, 10, 12, 2, 6, siding with the 10 Breakdancer. I think the Crisfords have got a good hand here in the race. I'll side with Breakdancer though, coming off that nice performance last time out. James Doyle does the riding here for Simon and Ed Crisford. I thought was very impressive there to go down just by Impressive Act, who ducked up the rail and unfortunately took the win off Breakdancer there. But I think Breakdancer is going to get a really good chance here to win. I like the 1600 metre trip for him. 12, 2 and 6 my dangers, throwing in the 12 Curran. I thought the run will now see this horse go to another level. Now it's had the experience at the track. 2 Jolly Roger was very, very unlucky to not win last start. Mikhail Barcelona jumps aboard there and draws the ace. And the 6 in for 4th, Arabian Angel for Tiger Shea and Bupat Seema. But it's Breakdancer for me, my first play of the night in race 2. Race 3 is the Azizi Revi. It's over the 1900 metres, a maiden for the thoroughbreds, and it's kicking off at 2:40 p.m. UK time. I'm siding with the 10 rug again here. Hopefully it's able to go back to back. At a bit more of a price here, Auntie Fair. I see it's got double figure odds about it. I can understand that going off the 7th placing on debut, but it was just a horse who didn't handle the kickback. Unfortunately not electric enough early over the mile to be getting up into a forward position. From gate 1, I expect them to be positive here. Mikhail Barcelona jumps aboard and I think can either settle just behind the speed or potentially take up the running here over a longer trip. Hopefully can control the race. And I think without the kickback in her face and also the weight advantage here of 2 kilograms being a filly in the field, should see Auntie Fair running a great race. My value for the night is Auntie Fair in race 3. Race number 4 is the Dubai Trophy. It's over the 1200 metres on the turf. It's one of the multiple sprints for the night on turf. This one a conditions event set to go at 3:15 p.m. UK time. Numbers for me here in the 4th race, 5, 3, 4 and 1. Going with Catullus here, narrowly defeated by Northern Champion, who he faces once again. But I think this colt by Invincible Spirit's got a fair bit of X factor about him. Showed signs of a horse that should come on from the run, and I think dropping back in trip should see him a little more electric as well. I think he'll be really hitting the line strongly. Catullus. From the 3 in Maximised, the stablemate who went down only narrowly last time out to the races, has put in a good performance down the straight on turf here. The 4 in Northern Champion, after the win, has got to go in again. Oisin Murphy over to ride for Ed Walker. And the 1, the last start winner, Flying Comet, also goes into the numbers. But it's Catullus for me, and I think he'll be running and going very strong. I expect him to be in the finish in the Dubai Trophy. Race number 5 is the Azizi Creek Views, 1400 metres on the dirt, a 70 to 90 handicap for the 3-year-old and ups, set to go at 3:50 p.m. UK time. Going here in this event, would you believe it, with the 10 rug again, 10, 5, 1 and 3. and that is Guarani for Tiger Shea and Bupat Seema. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch the replay of his last start. I can see why Tiger Shea has sided with this horse, despite the fact the stable do have runners in the race of higher ratings. He got back and he rattled home to the line to only get beaten, running fifth, beaten about 2 or 3 lengths on that occasion. If he's going into this race with the fitness we expect, he's going to have the speed in the race here brought in by the likes of Don Vaccaro, Columnist, Smart Systems, Sirocco Wins should show some speed as well. Even Million Doro as well on his day can rattle up into the front of the pack. So a genuine pace should be there, and I expect Guarani to be rattling home here over the 1400 metres in race number 5. Guarani for me in the 5th. Well, it's a feature. It's the Lord Glitters Handicap here for 350,000. It's a 90 to 110 handicap over the 1800 metres here on the turf, set to go at 4:25 p.m. UK time. Numbers for me in the feature: 4, 5, 6 and 2, siding with Alpine Trail. William Buick and Charlie Appleby bring across a horse here who's got a good pedigree and a great record at that so far. Rated 103, he gets 61.5 here for this race, but he's 3 from 5 and comes in with a good resume to hopefully hit the ground running in this Meydan run. Got him on top here in this event from the 5, who I think should run a good race as well. That is King's Charter. I've also thrown in Involvement. Mikhail Barcelona rides for Sultan Ali, Simon and Ed Crisford, and the 2 in Al Ali, who brings in some French form, coming over and is a new addition to the Dubai base of Fauzi Nas, Audrey de Vries, to do the riding there. 4, 5, 6 and 2. I thought it was an open enough Lord Glitters handicap. It's probably not one of the more straightforward additions we've had in recent years, but I expect Alpine Trail to be set to go here in this event. I think with that run under the belt now as well, should see him fit enough to be contesting this. The fact he's already had a look around the track should only aid his chances. Alpine Trail for me in the Lord Glitters handicap. Another handicap to continue the night. It's the Berge Azizi, our penultimate race for the evening, set to go at 5 p.m. UK time. It is over the 1200 metres on the dirt. Nice field this. One of the bigger fields we've had. Saying that, there's only 8 in it, but we've been having 5, 6 horse fields for a good chunk of the last few weeks over these 6 furlong sprints on dirt. 7, 1, 5 and 3 for me. Going a little bit different to the form lines I think the market will respect. I can understand Cats by 5 will probably be favourite. I've gone Donde Fermo here at a bit more of a price. He's on a quick backup. Comes in here with a light enough weight, 57 kilos, and I think that run behind Billy Webster last time out at Jebel Ali could be that launching pad for him to be fit and ready to go in this race. He's been knocking on the door for a win, this colt by Midshipman, and I'm expecting him to run a strong race. I think he'll be double figure odds. He'll probably another value for the afternoon, expecting him to run well. Donde Fermo going against the grain a little bit there. Cats by 5's got to be respected. Lafferty was really good last time out to go on and win. And the 3 in Danya has also been ticking along well. Looking forward to seeing him hopefully find the winner's circle again very soon. But it's Donde Fermo for me, potentially at an each way quote here in the penultimate event. The final race is the Azizi Riviera, and it's a 75 to 95 over the 1200 metres here on turf, siding with a horse who seldom runs a bad race. He gets back, and that's unfortunately his Achilles heel. He gets back and unfortunately can't run on and reel in the leaders most of the time. But if he's able to be close enough here, going off his last run, I expect him to run a very bold race. And if you can get better than 10 to 1, 15 to 1 about him, he's another value play here on the card that you should be getting your money's worth, especially as a top 3 prospect. And that is Ha Sim. 3, 2, 1, 7, my numbers. Ha Sim has to be given all the respect here. The son of Fastnet Rock. I loved his start last. I loved his last run, and I can't look away from it and think that if he backs that up in a lower graded handicap, he should be running any worse. I think he should only improve off his last run, going off the fact that 2 starts ago they rode him more forward. It wasn't to be. They've reverted back now to the original tactics, and hopefully we see him rattling home Sim. 2 in for second, Vespasian. I like the claim of Malone Favreau in this race. I think that puts Vespasian into the race. He's done well down the straight here before. Thrown in Jauncey for Joe Moreira and Antonio Sintra and Julio Olajuara, 2 runners here for Reldaith Racing. And the 7 in for fourth here in Welcome Dream, who was game last time out. But it's Sim, another value on the program here for me to wrap up the card for a nice little 8-race program here as we continue our season at Meydan.